Namaste, viewers. Welcome to Jaipur Dialogue USA. I'm in California. Vibhuti here. Just wanted to tell you that that's why you will see my setup is different. I'm in the hotel room, and while watching the television debate of the Republican Party. Having said that, the ball has now rolled on. September next week, summer season would be over and the fights will begin. This is generally the American election scene, jo hai. It starts from Labor Day weekend. But yesterday's debate was fascinating from many points of view. It was fascinating primarily because of the fact that it almost seemed to me, okay, it was Vivek versus the rest. Now, why I say that? It is Vivek versus the rest because what was fascinating to watch, if you noticed, there were 8 out of 8, 7 were politicians as usual, governors, senators, vice president, and what have you, and all of them. They have all had solid experience of running the government and experience of being in the power to run this situation. Each one of them said what they did when they were in power, including vice president. Important part was this man, Vivek. Why I say Vivek versus the rest? Because this man is an outsider, a rookie, no experience of politics, and in the thick of the race. What was also very fascinating to watch, that he was being attacked by everybody else. So his experience, his youthfulness, his exuberance was genuine. And he had taken up the topics, which I've taken the stand on topics that was very unconventional. Believe it or not, there are some very interesting things that he has been talking for a very long time, where every Republican agrees now. Abolition of a Department of Education. So let's think about it from this. Everybody was saying, I did this when I was in power. But people are watching, and I am watching. I've been watching this since 1991. If you have been doing what you claim to be doing, why do the problems continue to be what they are? What did you do about immigration? What about war on terror? What about war on drugs? What about immigration? Like, look at the way the entire New York, California, and various states are flooded with people, and US is expending so much money. There was one issue on which Mr. Pence and Nikki Haley talked him out on his experience. Now, I want to be very clear. From all the candidates, I'm a Republican. My first vote goes to Vivek because he brings fresh blood. He brings new constituency of the millennial whose voice it relates to. There is absolutely no choice about that. He relates to the young people. When they asked him your voting record, he said something very important, was not inspired by the leadership. Why go vote? That's the important part which you and I all can relate with. Many people do not go and vote because they feel the candidates are not worth it. That's what he said. I was not inspired with, even from Bush to Barack Obama, he said they were not inspiring for me to vote for them. That's what is important. On issues, on style, substantive, you see, you can accuse him of not having experience. I would have given him one suggestion to speak. When they talk about experience, my question is experience overrated? Probably he should make that statement in the next debate. Is experience overrated? Because he has given a call from 1776, the revolution part of it. And all those people were younger than him, the founding fathers of American Constitution. And those people, that's why he keeps invoking the 1776 spirit. They were all young people. They had no experience of running the government. They wrote the Constitution, who in America are known as the founding fathers, the wisdom of founding fathers. That's very important for Vivek to highlight. And people are now realizing it. And that's what I'm trying to say, that when you watch the debate, you have 7 people, all governors, most of them, and they were all talking about what they did in that area, in their own state. But nobody could ever say, why do these problems persist and continue? That's remarkably important. He has caught on to the imagination. Nikki Haley went ballistic on him so far as Putin and Ukraine was concerned. She questioned his foreign policy credentials. Mike Pence, former vice president, he attacked him. But what was important was DeSantis, the second gentleman, the second voter, second preference candidate who is the next to Trump, he did not attack Vivek at all. He did not even call him out on with reference to policy differences. But others did. The two heavyweights, Chris Christie and Mike Pence and Nikki Haley, they attacked him on experience. They did not attack him on his wisdom. And experience is something that you learn as you go along. The issue of let's take one by one. Department of Education was clearly Republican agenda, has become a Republican agenda. The other part was climate change. He made a very interesting statement. Climate change is a hoax. He didn't say climate change is not happening. He's talking about the way the whole thing is being approached is a hoax. And that's a very important distinction to make. On Ukraine and Putin, he made it very clear, abundantly clear, and total contradiction to Mike Pence's former vice president's statement. Oh, we can handle the domestic problem as well as the foreign problem. We are America. But importantly enough, DeSantis and Vivek were on the same page. They said, we need to take care of ourselves first before we go anywhere else. And that, incidentally, is the imagination and the intent of all the Republican voters, because Americans are sick and tired of this, stuck in Ukraine kind of a scenario. It reminds them of Afghanistan, which is a recent incident, and Vietnam, which is the old incident. Both of them have very bad memories in the American mind. And people are a little concerned about the military-industrial complex running the situation. On the economy front, again, Vivek came out in front. Now, what is important here to know is that this is my independent opinion. As I watch the debate, you will also have a very interesting scenario how the media, American media, will spin the entire conversation. Some of them are already, afraid of Vivek, so it seems to me. So because they are keeping him, oh, he has no experience, because he's going against the Republican base. At the same time, he is also embracing the huge Trump base. He is also attracting the huge millennial base, the young people's base, and he is coming out with solutions to the problem of removing X or rationalizing something else. Important part, what were people saying? He was smart, he created the buzz because he took on the heavyweights of Republican Party, all heavyweights, big experience. But what exactly did you do? Nikki Haley and others, and Vice President Pence, you got stuck in Ukraine and other places. What did you do to talk about? You talk about the problem. This is what is important. Every single candidate, other than Vivek, they talked about the problems. The problems remain the same for the last 10, 15, 20 years. They remain the same. Where is the solution? Nobody is asking. They all say, I did this, so you must vote for me. But what did you actually do? That is the hardcore question being asked. Some people emerged, like, for example, Chris Christie called him AI smart GPT guy. Well, you are living in a world of technology, and to call him a smart GPT, it was a good joke, but it didn't stick because this man has been original. This is another very important element, that he's attracting the new generation of conservative leader. Territorial disputes, China, fentanyl, these were all issues on which he showed command. Yes, you can call him youthful extravagance, youthful exuberance, whatever, but you cannot deny him that he is right on the money insofar as the issues are concerned. So this is very critical. This is just the start. The next debate will be in another month's time. And I think by all standards. Like your first debate, for example, in the last 2016 debate or 2020 debate, Trump didn't do well in the first debate because, hey, he had a problem with his COVID. In the 2016 debate, Trump didn't do well in his first debate. He was a curiosity man, outsider man. This is the situation with Vivek. And I find that in his presentation and reach out to the people, he made a compelling evidence why he needs to be taken seriously. Many people commented that the biggest poll bump will go to Vivek because he's already done a very close, he has surged from 0 to 11%. So from this debate, you may call him brash, you may call him youthful, but he matched up with on issue based with all his senior colleagues from there. The other part also very important is to how your opponent viewed the debate. How the opponent viewed the debate, and that is important. How the democratic response was. The democratic response was that, hey, Nikki Haley, remember that, she blamed Trump and Republican Party. By the way, she is herself a Republican. She blamed Trump and Republican Party for creating the $1 trillion debts that happened on account of COVID. She did not talk about where did COVID come from. That's where Vivek was implying there, that COVID came and the debt structure is, the debt went up because to handle COVID, which came from China. The connectivity will be established as we go forward. There is one issue on which the Republicans have a tough time, and that is the abortion issue. More on it later. But important part was the Democrats attacked Republicans as extremists on their agenda basis. That's what is important for us to figure out. Who is the extremist? Republicans are not emerging as extremists. What is happening is it is the Democratic Party extremist policies which are creating a solution on the other side of the extreme. So extremism is not the badge that Republicans need to wear. They are not. They are setting right the picture. In that part of it, Vivek came out very strongly. There was one particular matter, the value part, on which he was a big winner, when he said that the greatest privilege that he has enjoyed is the privilege of two parents being at home and taking care of. That's where he talked about the American family values are collapsing, and it is important for families to restore the semblance of societal well-being, which is what he was saying, that if you do not have a family, the family crushes itself. And when the families are disoriented and not sufficient, then you have a upbringing of the children becomes a big issue. And that was a very important message, which is the core issue of the Republican Party. So as we go along, there will be many more conversations on this issue. But in this debate, for that matter, Ron DeSantis, I must comment on him. He had a great chance to seize the moment, as the very important phrase goes in politics. He had a chance to seize the moment, and he did not, in my opinion. He has a very good track record in Florida, and he did not seize on the moment. On the contrary, he seemed to be playing safe, that I'm a proven material in Florida, so I will be a proven material for the rest of the country. Great record, no doubt, but he had to be more assertive, more defined. But interestingly, DeSantis did not attack Vivek at all. And Mike Pence, the former vice president, didn't do well at all. And there were a couple of others who did not even deserve to be there. So this debate, in my opinion, regardless of what the spin masters say in various news channels, I'm very certain that the establishment and the swamp will be against Vivek. Good luck. What I want to say is, please like, subscribe, and support our channel. Thank you for joining us. Satyamev Jayate. Truth must triumph. Truth will triumph. Thank you.